Again, it happens. For happening is it now. FOMO never dies. A comic collecting haiku by Swaggle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video with Swaggle. And in this video, yes, that is right, comic books are selling again. What is going on? I have no idea, guys. I have no idea. But here we are. I feel like this is back-to-back weeks, maybe 3 weeks out of the last 4, 4 weeks out of the last 7, 5 weeks out of the last 10. We have seen crazy FOMO books in the new comic book collecting market. Why, this guy must be taking crazy pills. I mean, I feel like I am. I feel like I am. And so in this video, we got to talk about this. Nobody cares about the Crime Suspense 22 homage anymore. That was last week's news. We need to talk about Doom #1, the new giant-sized one-shot by Jonathan Hickman. Apparently, all you need to do to sell comic books in the year of 2024 is put Jonathan Hickman's name on the cover, and everyone is going to go crazy in the comic book market. So in this video, we need to talk about this book. We need to talk about, sort of the state of where we are with comic books. I feel like things are starting to pick up. Dare I say it? People are actually starting to get a little bit excited about comic books between, new stuff going on here with Doom or X-Men, the animated series, causing people to buy secondary back issue X-Men comic books. Everyone's excited about Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we're at the simmering point of the pot. The water is starting to percolate just a little bit. We're at the ramp up of the drop at a nightclub. We're in the get section. You guys know what I mean by the get section? We're in the get up, get down, get up, get down, get, ooh, Dr. Doom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? We're at the get. We're there. We are so close to blowing the roof off of the comic book market. And so in this video, I want to talk a little bit about that phenomenon. But of course, before I get into the video, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I appreciate it. Helps support the channel doing those things. But let us get into this video here today. Now, if you guys don't know about this new one-shot series written by Jonathan Hickman, it came out last week. Here it is. In the near future, Doom alone must save the Marvel Universe. Legendary creators Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Greene send Dr. Doom on a journey unlike any he was undertaken before. With Valeria Richards at his side, Doom goes on a quest to harness more power than any human has ever wielded before in order to try to stop Galactus from bringing about the death of the universe. Big doom and gloom sort of stuff, big stakes, big characters. But again, what's so interesting to me, and I feel like what started, earlier this year with Ultimate Spider-Man #1, is just the amount of people, excited about, new comic books. I mean, here we are in comic book collecting Reddit. Anyone else pick this one up? And you have 70 comments here, which, to put it in perspective, that's a lot of comments for, this subreddit on comic book collecting. A lot of people talking about, this book, and everybody's like, oh man, it was great. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I picked up this. I picked up that. I picked up the variant. Someone down here was like $6.99 cover price. No way am I going to pay for that. Dang, $7 for a new comic? Sheesh. Well, sorry to break it to you, Ewing Tho, but now we have it here on eBay in the secondary market. Benny Hill, here we come. Yes, I understand that that's a boomer reference, but it's appropriate. Because, again, we have a book that is selling like crazy, just like we saw, the other week with the Crime 22 thing. And now I'm starting to wonder if this is an indication of, a turning in the comic book market. You can see that on May 15th, on Wednesday, when this thing came out, it was selling slightly above cover price. Then we had a lot of the variants selling, $20 for the 1 in 25s, back up to $25 here, $30 for this one right here, $20 for this one. Okay, this person got a deal right there, basically paying cover price, $25 right here. All of a sudden you jump to, $19 right here for cover. All of a sudden, $16, $20, $16, $20, $20. 20 right there, 20 right there, 20 right there, 25 right there, 25 right there, 20 right there, 25, and it keeps going up. $30 right there, 30 again, $45 on a brand new listing, $40 on another brand new listing, $40 on another, $50 on a listing here on May 20th. and it just keeps going up and up and up. I feel like we are early. I feel like we are just talking about this. I mean, who knows where this book is going to go for the rest of the week. But man, oh man, does it feel like, again, comic books are moving in the market. Now, let me just kind of show you guys some of the variants because, some of them are pretty cool. You got the 1 in 25 here. You got this kind of, I don't know what you call this, the Joe Jusko looking one. This Doom cover is pretty interesting. You got the homage to Secret Wars right there. You got the Galactus variant. You got the trading card one. And then you got this one, which is another one that I feel like is kind of a reference to, other covers that we've seen before. But again, what I find so fascinating about it is just the excitement that we've had. I mean, how many comic books in 2023 that were new comic books that came out, created any sort of excitement in the market? I don't think that there were many at all. I mean, I genuinely cannot think off the top of my head of any of the ones that got hot last year. I'm sure that there were some, but they're totally forgettable. Whereas in this year alone, I can think of many, between the one we talked about last week, this one right here, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, and you can see that this is not stopping right here. So I don't know if you're out there, and you got an LCS near you, but you may want to go, pick it up for cover price, $6.99, because the going rate right now is $40 asking here on eBay. And on top of all that, what I also think is very telling is that it definitely feels like Marvel is setting up Doom for an MCU debut. I mean, at this point, it feels very clear that whatever Marvel does in their current publishing is a way to sort of test the waters of what they might be doing, once we get, say, the movies in the future. And you do have to sort of wonder if that might be the big surprise for the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I mean, maybe we're going to get Dr. Doom. We did have the Secret Wars cover that was in the trailer. Remember the Hickman Secret Wars run? And now we have Hickman writing Doom again. So it sort of feels like, they're really trying to lay the foundation here. I mean, it's very clear that whatever Secret Wars Marvel is building to is going to reference mostly the 2015 Hickman one with the incursions and all that sort of thing. And who knows, we might see him revealed in this film before we actually get the Fantastic Four film. And speaking of Fantastic Four, we got to check in on Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Doom. I feel like this has been a book that has been correcting for so long. I've had so many memes about this book here on the channel, talking about how everybody was selling it. And I kind of understood that because, it was going down in price, like every key. But this one, I think more drastically so, because Doom had been spec'd on so hard. But here we have 1,852 universal copies, and let's check in on some of the floor prices for it right now. At the 2.0 range, $3,500, or 1.5, $3,300. So, pretty much at this low grade, it's still going to run you around the $3,000 price point. But what you do kind of see is, we've kind of come back to what it was basically going for in 2020, where early 2020 was $2,500, and now, last sale, $3,000 here in April of 2024. So I kind of feel like that made sense as the price to pay for that book if you're somebody who actually wanted it. Again, I always talk about this. There was a kind of artificial inflate when Fox was acquired by Disney back in 2018. A lot of the FF books and some of the X-Men stuff got really inflated early on, but it seems to be that they're holding currently at that price point, at least for now, until we get a Black Swan event and the economy goes to zero and everything goes to zero. Nobody wants comic books anymore. But for now, if you're somebody who wants it, I mean, maybe this is kind of the window you would want to be in if you want to pick up this book. But even here too, at the 3.0 range, this was a $4,000 book back in late 2020. Now, last couple sales, $4,500 there, October 2023, and then now $5,000 here in 2024 at the 3.0 range. And that seems to be pretty in line overall. I mean, maybe you can squeeze a little more out of it, as you saw right here with this sale, $4,500 for this 3.0. That seems to be kind of the good deal to get for yourself, kind of back in that $4,400 range in October of 2020. But again, a book that has corrected quite a bit, and now we've kind of sort of found that stability just a little bit, as we've, sort of demonstrated with the comic book index. And so it does make you kind of wonder. I mean, here we are once again with, new comic books selling, Dr. Doom getting, people excited once again, people excited about Jonathan Hickman and Secret Wars. And we got X-Men, which is popping off. I got to do a market report on some of those books this week because there's a lot to talk about with that. And again, I am very, very excited to see what happens with Deadpool and Wolverine. But there you have it, guys. That's the video for today. Me talking about how it is happening again and again and again, and it keeps on happening. And I think that that's maybe the most interesting story. Modern comic books selling in the comic book market. Who would have thought? Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys pick up Dr. Doom or this book right here? What do you guys think about this one? I think that this is going to be the book that shows up on all the hot lists this week. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, that's all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.